Any mysteries in life for you anymore?
No. Take the train to Moynihan and
3,
Uber it.
2, stand by.
But carve out an hour. Okay. Here's the finger. Okay. I'm going to turn on my little camera here in a few. In fact, I'll turn it on right now.
Oh, there you go.
That allows you to see behind the scenes, so to speak.
You can see Mike give you the finger from multiple angles now.
There you go. And also, we're on YouTube. We're multitasking. If you have a question or comment, jump on YouTube.
The benefit of going to YouTube is you can comment in the comment section, and then we will respond.
Well, you have to have Fox Local, obviously.
Yes, so get the Fox Local app.
Yeah. Here's at 7 o'clock. How come where Hank is standing, it doesn't look like this house? Anybody notice that? He looks like he's standing in front of a red house. Maybe it's just the chimney that came down.
He said they demolished the whole thing after they got the people out. I thought that's what he said.
They've already torn it all down from yesterday?
That's what he said.
Wow.
Holy moly!
I'd be so mad.
His mother and cousin are here to talk about the war. Plus, get ready to dip.
You can ask him.
Yeah.
Mana's
thought that's what I heard you say.
walk-off is set to take place tomorrow.
Dip,
We're getting
sip.
a preview today.
Yeah.
Oh, I was there last time.
Yes, you were.
Oh,
You know,
I don't
you've been a
remember.
couple times.
oh yeah, the guac off. They have it at Morgan's Pier.
And I'm usually a judge.
Yeah,
so
you're gonna
that's
judge
great.
again?
I love the guacamole.
Holy
expert now.
moly, it's guacamole. Hi, everybody. It is Wednesday, May the 21st. Yes, it's a palindrome week.
You
Here's
get
Sue.
so excited about these
I really
things.
do like palindromes.
If it brings you joy,
Knock yourself out.
Yeah, okay. I have nothing left in life.
Put palindromes. We got some rain on radar. Let's talk about it. It's starting to rain here in Old City. Things are getting damp out there, so the advice is bring your umbrella, even if it's not raining where you are right now. About an hour and a half ago, we saw a little bit of
Sorry, I'm like
sunshine.
talking about your coffee.
That's going away
I found
also,
two
and this is what's headed our
good
way.
bomb ones
Rain
that I
and
put
lots
together
of it,
to
and
call
we'll be
for.
continuing
And the
on and
intro,
on with
I
this
have,
slow-moving system. It's pretty
Say hi
light.
to the viewers.
Right now, we zoom into Philadelphia. area.
It's
That's
Leanna.
the light rain and drizzle that you're experiencing at the moment.
two sides also,
No
like,
longer
turned off
two
on fire,
tens
it's
Monday and Tuesday. Today is a 5.
So
And
we should be good.
that's because not only of the
Mom
rain,
loves Fox
the
29.
temperatures
Watch
that
all
aren't
the
going to
time.
move very
Like,
much
like
at all.
shoes,
56
shoes.
degrees our current temperature. It's in the 50s at the
Decent
bus stop
spirits,
this morning
yes.
with Buddy in his rain gear.
Okay.
And with showers and
Tamara.
then 50s later on
Yep.
when you're headed home.
Okay.
So that after school practice, for, sports and
This is how
other
they
things
do it on
outside
Good Morning
will be
America,
happening
too.
today. So temperatures not moving at all, staying in the
Last
50s
second.
all afternoon. Don't forget that umbrella, Bob Kelly, but
George
at least it's the
Stephanopoulos
middle
likes
of
to
the
read
week,
the
right?
material.
Well, yeah,
We had a
middle of the week,
commercial
that's
break.
right. Halfway to the weekend, we like to call it Hump Day. Good morning, everybody. Look at the city skyline behind us. The rain
Oh, this is Go Puff.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't even have that.
Just come on, we've got access for the shaders in Maple Shade, New Jersey. This is along Route 73. It's northbound, right at High Street. The southbound side blocked as well with police.
Rigid.
activity. We typically use Route 73 to get to either the Tony Palmyra or the Betsy Ross. Boom. We're all clogged up. Again, it's at high, right before the ramps for the Betsy Ross Bridge. Here's an accident south on 95 at Allegheny. It's right at the Allegheny Avenue interchange here. Got a couple of cars off to the right. You can see already the backup, which was already there to begin with because of the morning rush hour. Scepter running with delays on a bunch of the regional rail lines.
Look at this
Again,
oatmeal.
weather-related.
Raisins
Expect that this morning.
and brown
Also
sugar.
weather-related delays down at Philly International.
Probably fattening.
Delays so far at the airport. Mike and Alex, back over to you.
Okay, let's show you this footage again in Gloucester County. It seems, well, I think it's confirmed, that a medical emergency caused a dump truck driver to crash into a house in Woodbury Heights.
So Hank is live where that crash happened. You can see some of the debris behind him.
Hey, hold on, Hank. Did they tear the whole house down? Did they tear the house down? Where's the blue house? Wow.
Yeah, I hope so.
You talk about fast work.
Do they get to take their stuff out, or just?
And if you need your house demolished, there's the guy who did
Yeah, right there.
plenty of signs.
But look at the size of this house.
It's just rubble.
Did this happen weeks ago or something?
That's what seems to have happened, guys. Take a look at the video here. Supplied to us by the owner of that
It
truck.
really happened yesterday. It does seem really fast to get that done.
At the moment that it crashed, the house guys weighed
Jeez.
more than 70,000 pounds. That's 35 tons. Completely out of control.
Wow.
Oh, so it did happen yesterday.
Gosh, even the back porch is
Yeah.
coming off the
Wow.
house.
Crazy.
Yeah, that far.
What section of the world is this?
Woodbury, Glassboro Road, and Stratford Avenue. Nobody hurt. Borderline miraculous, including a homeowner who was home and neighbors who jumped in trying to help located the driver still behind the wheel of the truck, which is planted for.
I guess this guy's okay.
As I'm taking my boots off, I look out my mudroom window and I can actually see the house next door to me like shit. And I heard it crash at the same time. And I didn't know what was going on, first to be honest. So that I ran out front and looked at the house and I saw that the truck had hit it. And at the same time, I could hear my neighbor calling for help, screaming for help. So I ran inside real fast and put on speakers and tried to get into the house to find them. I went in the front and I couldn't find them. And I went around back.
Well, he's very detailed in his description. He put on sneakers.
He was taking his boots off in the mudroom, but then he put on the
Sneakers.
to rush to the house. Yeah.
It's like our guest yesterday. Every single detail.
Yeah, it was.
You never know.
And he'd been on his way home, and
Lovely lady, though.
Ran the ball seizure as he was driving, causing him, yes, to lose control. By late afternoon, the truck had been removed. Took him 2 hours to get the driver out. Late afternoon, the truck had been removed.
It's so interesting that the truck company was so willing to show this.
Very fascinating.
The company and the homeowner actually knew one another. And Mike, I knew that in my mind's eye it was an afternoon thing. It might not have been something that you all had known about in the morning, but it was November of 2021, Egg Harbor Township. These sorts of things are incredibly rare, but it has happened before. That was a time that a truck drove all the way through a house. It got loose on a white horse pipe, drove through one side of the house, out the other. And that house is no longer here either. In that case, as well,
What's that
5 years
woman
ago,
doing?
4.5 years ago, no one was hurt there either. So another minor miracle.
Well, no, you have a great memory. I don't remember that at all. November of 2021. We'll try to find that footage. So that would have been right in the heart of the pandemic. There is? Okay, we'll find it. November of 2021. Oh, yeah, that was sick of the pandemic,
Yeah.
right? I was probably sitting here by myself when everybody else was at home. 7:08.
The results are in for the race for Philadelphia District Attorney. The Associated Press called the Democratic primary election for incumbent Larry Krasner. So here's a look at the results. Roughly 64 to 36%,
Yikes.
with 83% of votes counted. Krasner's lone challenger, former judge and military veteran Pat Dugan.
That's what we call reciprocal numbers, Alex.
Oh, that's true. 63 and 36.
Yeah.
The victory all but guarantees Krasner a third term in office as the city's top prosecutor, with no Republicans filing to run in November's general election. And this is how he responded.
20 seconds.
I think that's all he had to say.
Just say go bird.
The birds.
But in Philly, we do call it a 3-team.
Go Birds.
So Dugan congratulated Krasner in a statement saying in part, "For the sake of our neighborhoods, our families, and the soul of this city, I truly hope he succeeds." And if you'd like to see more of the election results, because they were ballot questions, there were district court judges, and more, then just go to our website, fox29.com.
And then the New Jersey primary is coming up very
Yes,
soon.
early June.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you updated on that. So New Jersey, you've got next.
Okay.
The trial continues today for a former Philadelphia police officer who was charged in the killing of Eddie Irizarry in Kensington. And this comes nearly 2 years after the shooting.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, Shayna.
Like the family really has just been waiting for answers in terms of what happens next, but those closing arguments expected to take place today at the CJC as soon as court opens up essentially in the murder trial former Philadelphia
God.
officer Mark Dial. As you mentioned, the trial coming nearly 2 years after Dial fatally shot Eddie Irizarry during a traffic stop in Kensington. Now, if you remember, this was back in August of 2023.
9 a.m.
Partner
flight.
pulled over Irizarry along 100 block of East
9:55.
Willard Street as he
That's
was
10.
down the wrong way. Body camera footage,
Everything else is like
showed Dial and his partner getting out
layover
of the
in Miami.
vehicle,
Like, anybody's gonna do that.
Irizarry's
You know.
car 6 seconds
But
after,
you could at least, I know, I hate to lay over anymore.
Because then what if you delay, you miss it, and all that? Like,
All right, this
and
was,
it's considerably more expensive.
closing arguments after
you could fly to Miami.
pieces of evidence, including audio
No,
recordings
fly to
and
Fort Lauderdale.
scene
Spend the
video,
night.
including what the inside
I'm trying to get to where I'm going.
Why
Why are you laughing?
Okay.
So you don't do it. I was so surprised because people do it all the time. And they don't, no one talks about how apparently difficult it is. So I just thought, oh great, so much cheaper, it's a direct, boom.
Did you try Newark?
I'm scared about Newark, but I did try Newark, and Newark is thousands. Which I was surprised by. Usually Newark.
Because Newark's actually Uberable, but the train is
Well, the
perfect.
train will take you right in.
Right
there,
to it.
But it's thousands.
All right, so
So it is what it is,
I
I
would
guess.
take an early morning train and then Uber.
We're getting questions.
Yes?
Oh, Mike, when you retire, are you going to move to Florida?
No.
He would rather cut off a limb.
Yeah, I'm not moving to Florida. You never know, though. You know what looks really attractive?
What?
Is the area around Destin? Turquoise water. It looks like the Caribbean on the Gulf side of Florida. I think I might. No, I'm not going to do that. But I do want to visit there.
Cam wants to know, does your Sharpie bleed through your paper?
Yeah.
The DA has dropped that charge down to a third-degree murder charge, and we'll be hearing more later this morning. Okay.
Okay, we'll see if they can wrap it up in the next, well, maybe today. Who knows? That would be fast, though. Congress has already been at work this morning. Yeah, it's only 7:12. They're already there. With Republicans inching their way to passing what President Trump calls, as we learned yesterday, my big, beautiful bill.
And that's official, because as Doug said, it's in writing.
It's in
So it
writing.
calls itself,
Yes. Hi, Doug.
For over 6 hours now. There are reports that Republicans may be closing in on an agreement here among themselves to get this across the finish line today, but a number of issues are still unsettled.
The work started
Hot
just
flash.
past midnight here on Capitol Hill, and it didn't take long for this to get heated.
We may be here in the dead of night, but you do not need the light of day to smell manure.
Democrats fighting Republican efforts to pass President Trump's so-called
What a
big,
quote.
beautiful bill of tax cuts and new spending priorities, delaying it, but perhaps unable to stop.
They cannot complain about reporting legislation in the dark of night, when the only
Why are they doing this
reason
at
it
night?
went so late was because of their own actions.
The one big beautiful bill will include $25 billion for the Golden Dome.
The president yesterday in the Oval Office touting a new U.S. missile defense.
We're strapped for cash, but we're going to build a dome.
His signature piece of legislation.
Maybe we should have done this
The president met with Republicans on Capitol Hill yesterday, hoping to win over a small group of conservatives.
Which segment is
who've
this?
been pushing for deeper spending cuts over
Wouldn't it
deficit
be
concerns.
maybe more
All of them
after
under
this?
enormous
After she
pressure to
goes and
wrap this
looks.
up and fly
Yeah.
home.
That means there's the most powerful elixir in Washington.
I predict they will see the Memorial Day vacation fittering away, and they'll pass it. And then the job for the speaker is going to be passing what comes back from the Senate. That's to be the bigger challenge.
That's going to be the bigger challenge, and if all goes
What's a
according to
megafauna?
GOP plans, there could be a full House vote on this, maybe later today, and that would clear the way for lawmakers to leave town for the long holiday weekend.
Oh, so that's why they got up in the middle of the night? They want to make sure they have their Memorial Day weekend? Yeah. Yes, yeah. I'll be darned. They're just like all the rest of us. Doug, thank you. You got it. All right. Thanks, Doug. See you tomorrow. What started as a routine
Prep work?
prep work, whatever prep work is. Anyway, for a new state highway has turned into a discovery. The Texas Department of Transportation discovered bones of prehistoric animals known as megafauna.
This all happened while they were surveying land for the construction of Loop 88 near Lubbock. And Lubbock is where Texas Tech University is.
That's in the Panhandle.
That's right. Megafaunas include animals like mammoths, giant ground sloths, and saber-toothed tigers. But in this case, they discovered a giant ground sloth's tooth.
Oh.
Is that it? Because that's...
Is that a tooth?
Along with something big, along with other bones, and giant sloths grew up to 9 feet and weighed up to 500 pounds. They say it's unclear if all the bones belong to a giant sloth or other animals.
Now, we've had sloths on the show, but they're normally just like a giant cat. And,
Well, they move slower than that.
But how big is it? 9 feet?
Mm-hmm. And 500 pounds.
Do you think they also moved really
500 pounds? You're moving slow if you're 500 pounds.
I suppose.
Also, clearly that highway is about to be delayed because now they got to...
Well, yeah, now it's a prehistoric site.
Right. There's one thing about Texas is Texans love their highways.
They sure do.
And they pile them on top of each other. There's one in Dallas called the High Five, and it's literally...
5 levels. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared of it.
Are you really?
Yes.
We don't do that here. I thought that was interesting. Everything's like...
Yeah.
Anyway.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Ever wonder how to make a hamburger in space? No, you've never thought of that? Okay, well, I want you to think about it,
looks
because
different.
this astronaut is...
It's like a Pop-Tart, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's Johnny Kim, by the way. Showed off his Ranger Burger, he calls it. It includes beef, wheat, cheese, and the topping, and glue. Glue? I picked a bad day to start sniffing glue. And there's some kind of red paper paste. Johnny, it's time to come home. You're losing your mind up there. He's on the space station. So he's been up there since early April. He's another one. He's gonna spend 8 months up there, and he's already eating glue. Bring that guy home.
I would
Good
just stick
Lord.
to the ice cream, space ice cream.
I gotta look this up. Obviously, he's not eating glue. Hi.
We'll look into it. Hey, Sue.
I'm sure there exists somewhere edible glue.
I suppose. I'll ask Elmer.
Okay, here we go. So some call it inconvenient weather, and it certainly will be getting where you need to go today. But it could be called convenient weather because we're getting the rain out of the way before the holiday weekend. So, glass half full, glass half empty. Chilly with widespread rain, gusty winds at times today and tomorrow. Basically 2 in a row where temperatures stay in the 50s
We
the whole
probably should
time.
put flowers
You could
on
get a
that
shower
coffee
or 2
table
on
or
Friday
something.
as well, but that won't be the dominant
ones,
weather
'cause we'll
on
never
Friday.
know.
So across the region, we look at
What should we
Allentown
call
and
this
City
young
Avenue.
man?
Roads are starting to get wet there. It's 53
By his
degrees
rapper
there.
name?
It's 56 in
What is
Philadelphia.
rapper name?
50s everywhere else, and going to
Kadir.
stay that way. Now there's some thunderstorms down around Norfolk, Virginia, but we're just seeing light
She probably
rain
knows him
so
as-
far.
Of course, this says
So you're a little bit
Quadir, but I
closer,
would guess
and
it's
you see
Kadir.
Green on radar is generally pretty light, but you're going to need the intermittent windshield wipers this morning. There will be times by later
This
this
is
morning
just
where
senseless.
the rain will be a little bit
It's
heavier.
so senseless.
And again, that continues
And
on and
unfair.
on throughout the rest of the day. Today, tonight, and tomorrow.
Guy
A
trying to do
slight
the right
chance of
thing.
showers on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got 60s on Saturday, 70s on Sunday, but it will be dry. And there's a slight chance of rain on Monday, but I think it just will be more clouds than sunshine. And here's your shortcast,
I
Bob
seem to be
Kelly.
getting a bit flashy.
Saturday, 68
Every day at the
degrees,
same time.
71 on Sunday,
Well, now you can
and close to
anticipate it.
70
Yeah.
on Memorial Day on Monday. So it's going to be
Pants
sunny.
off.
Just need that sweatshirt at night.
That's okay. I see your beach chair in the background there. Morning, everybody. 7:19 on this Wednesday morning. Live look. Oh, not a live look here. We got something for the shaders. Accident north on Route 73, right at High Street, right before you get to the split for the Betsy or the Tony Palmyra. So if the shaders trying to go north, expect delays. It's an overturned
Never
vehicle.
thought I'd drink
also
black
impacting
coffee.
the southbound side of 73 as
No,
well.
I'm kinda into
95
it.
south accident right here. Looks like we've got 4 vehicles all
Questions,
together right at
comments?
Allegheny. It's right at the Allegheny Avenue off ramp. So that's attracting
What happens
some
if you need
attention
to use
to
the
an already
bathroom?
jam. Oh, 95.
How often do we go?
Coming
No, what happens
down to
if you
Girard,
use the
coming in from New
When
Jersey.
you go to the
A lot
bathroom.
of here at the freeway.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, some of these
construction
breaks are long
along
enough. You
295.
can run
You're
and
going to be going to the
pee.
shore. I'm getting there before you. I'm
Just
gonna
gotta
be
remember
live
to take your
Friday
microphone
morning
off,
from
because then-
Beach Street
I
along
don't
Rio
take
Grande
mine.
Avenue, right there in the heart of Wildwood. As soon as you pass a
thought that
Wildwood
Are you
sign,
okay?
we're going to be there kicking it off starting at 4 a.m.
What?
all morning long.
Are you
Great
for
stuff
real?
to do when you're coming to the
Take it all
shore.
the way off?
We've got
Yes.
Free coffee, free donuts, free
I thought
croissants,
If you just announce it.
and some. We're working on the caviar. All right. So
It's too
Friday
much
morning,
work
we'll
to
see you
take it
down
off
there.
anyway.
Stay there. We're coming right back.
Are you telling me we're expected? Are you joking?
We have breaking news over here.
2:15.
What's that?
What's happening?
So we're just talking with our viewers.
And they asked, "What do you guys do if you need to go to the bathroom during a break?"
I say the breaks are long enough. You can run off and pee.
And I was like, "Yeah, you can go really quick."
2 minutes.
And then I just said, make sure you take your. We always make sure we take our microphones off.
And I said, "I don't take my microphone off. Do y'all take your microphone
She's
off?"
been here working for 10 years, and she doesn't take her microphone off to use the restroom. Can you imagine the tape they have in the control room?
Well, I try not to do, a lot here. Do you take yours off?
Usually not. I'll just kind of cover it.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah, I just cover it. I mean, because one time it happened where they left the mic on.
That's true.
When I was in the bathroom.
Yeah. And you probably heard about it.
You hear about it. You
Oh
go,
gosh. Well, it's too much work, right, Sue? We women, we'll put it all up through our dress and tuck it around
I'm
stuff.
surprised nobody's come to me
Yeah.
and said, do you know Alex doesn't take her microphone off?
Well,
Maybe
they're
they're,
listening
maybe
to
they're
everything
enjoying
you
the
say.
because
sound.
we have good audio people who turn down our microphones when we're not on the
That's
Well,
why
of
we usually
course,
announce
I know
it.
that.
like Molly in the
Yes.
control room.
Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, but the viewers wouldn't hear it, but they hear it in the control room.
Yeah, but sometimes I have to we've got 2 packs that we wear.
Right.
And sometimes I have to kind of bury it deep in the undergarments.
Oh.
And, it's
So you don't take it off either.
Listen, it's under
really.
cracks
You
and
undo your
crevices
whole
and
thing?
corners.
I mean,
Well,
you
it
gotta take
depends.
some of it off, but oh my gosh, it's a lot.
If it's
It's
just
a lot.
Okay, be careful. If it's just pee, I'll do this.
Yeah, we're just peeing. You just cover it.
Just cover
Now,
it.
if I need to go, boom.
You're grunting and pushing.
Oh, well,
Take this off.
yeah, that's a different story.
What's up, girls?
Okay, be careful.
Morning.
20 out, 20.
Does she know what the second is?
15.
Really? Hey, honey. Where are we?
9, 8.
Thank you for
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Selena Gomez we're listening to, and she's teamed up with Oreo to come up with a limited time flavor inspired by her love for horchata. The cookies are engraved with 6 different carvings, with one reading Selenators. I'm sorry, how do you say her? Is it Selenators? Selenators?
Selena.
They had trouble in the earlier show saying it too. It's her fans. That's what she calls her
Selenators.
fans. And another being her signature. It marks the first time Oreo's ever put an autograph on one of its cookies. She's the first. The cookies will be sold online starting June 2nd and will roll out to other major retailers a week later.
You know, that, I've never seen this before. Well, maybe it's never happened before. But that's kind of a cute idea. You put her signature on the cookie. I think I'd keep one of the cookies as a souvenir.
Yeah, would you?
Now, here's another, you've learned this over the years that Alex has worked here. You don't like Oreos.
I do not. Nope, not for me. It tastes, no. It tastes
Like a
fake.
chemical?
Yes. I was trying to, but I'll say yes.
Unless they're a sponsor, then what do?
I eat them all the time. My
Yeah.
favorite cookie.
Constantly eating. I do like them, and I'll even do a double stuff.
And you dunk, right? Do you dunk it in milk?
Mm-hmm. I'll just drop it into the milk and let it float to the top.
I'll let you handle that.
Candy, do you know?
And here
if-
comes the judgment, because every time this is said, I always get, Alex, you don't like Oreos? Oh my gosh.
She's never seen a Wizard of Oz either. Is there triple stuffed Oreos?
I think so.
I think
They
I
have
saw
all
that.
kinds, and they do like different flavors every week, right? And it's like just different names
They're
they slap
creative.
on it. Does
Yeah.
it really actually taste any different, or is it just like, here's a new Oreo, and we all just pretend that it tastes different, but it's actually the same, just different colors?
Speaking of eating things that have people's faces on it, now this is way off the rails.
Okay, I'm like, where are we going?
Seeing the Sean Combs trial says that
Whoa, you did, okay, what a turn.
that at one point he was eating gummies or some kind of
That were shaped like or something?
shaped like Barack Obama's head.
I saw that headline, but I did not dive deeper, so I wonder if they were just asking him to describe like the size. I don't know. I don't.
I think it's ecstasy in the shape of his
I'm
head.
gonna have to Google that.
I've never heard of that. Never seen anything like that. Ecstasy. All right.
And like that was intentional. Like they were just making
Yeah.
pills.
Why? I
shaped
don't
like
know.
presidents.
Yeah. I'd like to have a candy with my like the shape of my head.
That'd be just way
My
too
face on
big.
it. Now let's go. Let's talk about the Phillies. The reason why I'm kind of delaying this because you know you're going to beat the Rockies, and
Can you just let us be excited? Can we have this?
okay, sorry. Kyle hit his 17th home run of the year, and the Phillies had 17 hits again last night, like they did the night before. They had 17 hits. Again, the Rockies have only won 8 games. They've lost 40 this season. But I do like their uniforms. I like their colors. And I like their City Connects. 726.
Well, the Eagles announced a multi-year extension for head coach Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, since taking over the job in 2021, Nick has led the Eagles, obviously, to 2 Super Bowl appearances and a championship. So here's what he had to say about sticking around with the Eagles a few more years.
And say, all right, I'm satisfied, I'm going home. Right? You say, hey, how do we run it back? And we're not even thinking about running. We're thinking about where we are today and trying to get better.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. And apparently A.J. Brown called Nick to congratulate him.
Last night, so congrats.
Why is everybody in town?
It's their spring meetings, right?
Oh.
But he was like, of course. How long is his extension? 1 year. So we'll see.
How come we don't have any details yet? How many years? How much money? Come on. Come on, cough it up. All right, coming up on 7/27.
A beloved Philly rapper taken far too soon. Quadir Johnson, also known as rapper LGP Qua, shot and killed on Mother's Day. And the search for his killer is ongoing. We have his mother and cousin here to talk about his life and legacy. Next.
Mm. 205 break.
What'd you say? Say it again.
No, that's all right. Whatever.
Thank you for being here. How are y'all doing?
Mike.
Oh, we are? It's Blackbird. Oh, yeah. So what you gonna do? So you are too? I don't know.
90 out, 90.
How are you doing? Yeah. Have you felt the love from the city though? Does that mean people are coming? Did they give you any update on this search? Or who might, like, it's just...
Steve Sweeney. He's always protected us. Steve Sweeney is a working guy.
30 out, 30.
we ran over to talk to our next guest, which will be coming on in 7:33, somewhere in there.
Looked at beforehand, don't wait.
So we're gonna do
20 back,
an
20.
interview with her. But once we get out of this commercial break, we're gonna do a little bit of weather, a little bit of traffic, and then do this interview.
10, 9,
So we'll probably see you again tomorrow. We might start adjusting the time, but I'll see you tomorrow on this little behind the scenes at 7 o'clock. Hold on. Do you think you could actually land a plane in an emergency? You're not a pilot. You're just a passenger. You think you could go up into the cockpit and land a plane? Apparently, a lot of us guys, a lot of men, think they can do it. You're not going to believe the percentage of men who say they could go from coach up into the cockpit and land that big plane. We're going to talk to Preston and Steve about that coming up, in about 25 minutes, okay? That's exactly 7:30. Here is Subi.
We see in the movies where they'll talk you through it, maybe then, if there was somebody in air traffic control.
KJB, you
Anyway,
got it.
let's just go to the radar after we take a look at Atlantic City.